Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV. So we are still continuing with part 3 of the review of Ingani's isthembu and episode 5, season 2, episode 5. And we are going to talk about the scene between Mayeni and Mpumelelo, because I guess they have to talk about what happened at that meeting with Vuyo and Vuyo's family. And also I kind of feel like Mayeni just wants to get a feel of how Mpumelelo is going to be moving forward. And I think she's also kind of on a mission to convince Mpumelelo to just slow down with the whole process, because I feel like Mayeni can see that Mpumelelo is very young. He is not ready. He's going to put himself in something that he's not going to be able to press reverse on, and it's going to be so much pressure. As much as Mayeni, one, would prefer for Mpumelelo to not have isthembu, two, if he has isthembu, she would prefer for him to take Vuyo no Direlo, because already they have kids together. But she tries not to put it as pressure on him to say, no, you are going to do this, I think she comes from a point of, even though he might be doing something that I don't like, he is still my child, so I'm still on his side in terms of support. And I do like that, because of course, which other side is Mayeni going to take? She's going to take her son's side. So they talk about the meeting, you guys, and what happened. And then Mayeni was trying to find out, did Mpumelelo apologize to Vuyo? And he says he doesn't feel like there was anything to apologize for. I think Mayeni, the point that she's trying to make is, we are not saying tell them that you are wrong by wanting a virgin, but it was not right for them to find out on TV with everybody else. You should have told them before and prepared them, so that by the time you are talking about it on TV, they knew. I think that's what Mpumelelo is not getting, okay? And also she says, well, listen, you don't have to have pressure, because Mpumelelo is 24, and apparently Babake was younger when he started taking wives, okay? Mayeni is like, listen, you're very young. In fact, all of you are young. You and the baby mamas, you are young. Musani ukjaha, what is the rush for? What is the rush for? You can just spend time figuring out what you need to do, or what you need to take isthembu, or even that the fact that you want isthembu. What if you change your mind in a few years? She doesn't say that, but that is my interpretation of her saying nisamancane ningajahi. And then she said Mpumelelo was saying isikhathi siyahamba with the age thing, and then Mayeni was like, kanti, is it a competition now? When is it because you want to take a wife now, or are you competing with your dad? Okay, because Mpumelelo ngithi uthi ufuna 7 wives, so it's almost like he's saying, whatever my dad did, I want to do it better. I don't know how you make somebody else's vision better than them, but I guess he can. But he says he wants 7 wives, and Mayeni makes a point to say, okay, fine, you want 7 wives, and you are saying you are already late because your father already had wives when he was your age. But you have to remember, your father had, I like the honest Mayeni, your father already had a job, a very stable job, and he was making a lot of money at your age. If you are still wondering if Mpumelelo has money, even his mom even his mom knows what he's broke, okay? So it's not like your father already had a stable job, had money, so you can't compare to your father. And also, guys, it's different times. It's different times. And everybody's like, I do make money. So if you do have money, pay for the nanny then. But because if you have enough, then you can have money to go your lobola and also pay for the nanny, and also take Udirelo back to school, and also pay her rent and her expenses and all of that. The fact that you are saying you can't do that for Udirelo because you need to go and pay lobola means that you don't have enough. And Mayeni's point was that your father, at your age, your father had enough money to do it. Do you have? And he must have had, you guys, Mselego, because Mseleko didn't have a father that is like Umusa Mseleko. However, even him waroba masesibuka nje, because are we not watching Remember? So now years later we're still watching Remember. So meaning even back then he did it, but not everything that he was supposed to do. So now Mayeni also makes a point to say, listen, also if uhambe uyobala, where are they going to live? Bazoza eMzumbe. Are they going to be able to live in Mzumbe? Your baby mamas are very young. Your girlfriends are very young. Umusa has rules, dress code and all of that. Remember when he was saying he needs to correct them, the way that they dress. I think he was referring to them because they would do this photo shoots where they are showing a lot, especially when they did the pregnancy photo shoots. They were showing too much, which Mseleko was not happy with. So it says Mseleko has rules when it comes to the dress code. He won't allow them to go by my pattern and all of that. And since they are young, they won't want to just stay in their house and do nothing. So how are you going to manage that? Okay. And also, when they come as Omakoti, now it's not going to be my job now to always explain things to them, to support them, and to defend you now when you do something. No, Nami, I'll be living my own life, which is right if they come as Omakoti. So she's like, don't do it now because in stress is a band. I don't think Mpumelelo was listening. But honestly, what Mayeni is saying is true, because she's not even saying don't take it same. She's just saying relax about it. Why put pressure on yourself right now? Okay? Just have these girlfriends, have some fun, and maybe later on then you can think about what's going on. So now they do talk about the plan. I guess it's the same plan he was talking about with Tirelo. And she says, listen, Mpumelelo, the way he explains it, he feels like the one that should be number one is the one that is more respectful and more supportive, and Uvuyo is not that. So Mayeni ended up asking her the question was, okay, I know you have pressure from your father to take a wife. Do you have pressure from Uvuyo to make her the first wife? And Mpumelelo said yes. Okay. And I don't know why we will still be putting pressure, but I guess now she's saying she broke up, which I don't believe yet. I feel like maybe she's still going to go back. Mayeni did say, you guys, that she understands Vuyo's frustration, okay? But I feel like Vuyo needs to focus on her life in general, guys, because guys. So in the end, he gets to a point, I think it was a diary session when he explained this to Mpumelelo. Basically what he said, Yabana let me show Mayeni to say what Mpumelelo is in competition with Mseleko is true, because he's having this idea which ufuna ukwenza isithembu but better than his father. But I don't even think that it's going to be better than his father, because he's not even listening to his father. Because his father, remember, his father was trying to advise him to say, listen, once you have a child with somebody, you don't have an option to live and whatever. And you have to, as in you have to love them equally. Even Mseleko said, Mpumelelo doesn't spend time equally with his girlfriends. And it's only the 3 that we know of. So what's going to happen when there is 7? So he says, he wants to do his tembu, but he's going to do it better than his dad, because his dad didn't know certain rules when it comes to his tembu. And there is a rule that when you take the first wife, that wife belongs to Amatongo being Amadlozi, and that wife must not be a virgin. It can't be somebody that has had sex. Then the second wife, and then the third wife, that's the wife that is his. I do wonder if the virgin knows what's Uyela Matongo Kamseleko. Hey, we hope Amatongo will take care of your emotional needs, girl, because this guy has no idea how to take care of anybody's emotional needs. I hope Amatongo will comfort you. I hope Amatongo will hug you, we hope Amatongo will take care of you, girl, because Uma got Amatongo. Yabanye uzothi uyacomplaina uMpumelelo athi hayi phela wena unkosikazi wamathongo. So by what Mpumelelo is saying, so we can say ukuthi virgin is umakoti wamathongo, will be getting hugs and kisses from Amatongo, and then Uvuyo is the Mseleko, is the wife kaMseleko, you know. This idea sometimes I'm feeling like Mpumelelo, because Mpumelelo sometimes with Vuyo, he likes Vuyo for, you know, himself. If you are still, if you besa Mosha, he'll be shelling with Vuyo. And then I guess the wife Mpumelelo. But the thing is, but you are not taking care of them now. You guys, they are in for you. But it's a disaster. Hey. So you guys, listen. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, next episode, Mpumelelo will be seeing who is that guy that does the show with the wives, Ikumbulama Koskaz. Yes, the one that comes as a counselor. He'll be having a talk with him, and he'll be asking him about condoms. I don't even know that he knows what a condom is in Mpumelelo. And then Umusa will be having a conversation with Mpulo about that whole thing of him saying he won't lower his standards for Mpulo, which is the most ridiculous thing a father can say to the daughter. But yeah, we've seen all kinds of ridiculous things when it comes to Sandon's team. Hello you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumagona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.